They look to make a surprise push into the top 6. The Wanderers, meanwhile, well, they've shown glimpses of brilliance, but only glimpses. They'll be hoping to make those moments more consistent as they look to lift themselves from the bottom of the table. And let's take a look at how that ladder is at the moment. Melbourne City still sitting pretty up top, undefeated after 12 matches, the Raw and victory in hot pursuit below them. Canberra United sitting in 8th. Few would have predicted their top 6 push. They are well in amongst it at the moment. Western Sydney Wanderers sitting at the bottom. Well, the players making their way onto the pitch in Canberra. Lovely conditions for football today. Let's take a look at how the teams line up. One change for Canberra United to the side that started against Sydney FC midweek. Holly Murray comes into the starting 11 in place of Alex McKenzie, who drops out of the matchday squad. Ivana Galic, the cousin of the Mariners' Bianca, comes onto the bench to potentially make her Ninja A-League debut. There's Bethany Gordon, and after starting the season injured, she's made a massive difference to Canberra United since coming back into the side. She's picked up an assist, but more than that, has added structure and flair to a team in desperate need of creativity. She'll be crucial to the team's success today. Meanwhile, 3 changes to the starting 11 for the Wanderers from last week. Sham Karmas returns to the side between the sticks after serving her suspension, with Keely Segovic dropping out of the squad altogether. Amelia Bennett comes in as Sophie Harding drops to the bench, while Maya Lobo makes her first start in the Ninja A-League. And it's a big moment for the young defender today. Maya Lobo, the junior Matilda, got her start at the Mariners last season, but found game time hard to come by, only making 2 substitute appearances. After spending the 2024 NPL season with champions Macarthur Rams, she'll get her first opportunity to start today. Well, there's Canberra coach Anthony Jagarinek, and with 2 wins over the last 2 weeks before being outclassed by Sydney on Wednesday, it's fair to say that not many would have predicted Canberra being in a finals race at the midway point of the season. These are the kinds of games that the home side must get 3 points if they're going to go further this season. It'll be fascinating to see how the coach sets up his side accordingly. The referees today, the central official is Michaela Ryan. She's assisted by Lauren Hargrave and Amber Morris. The 4th official today is Adam Powers. And Jeff Abrahams, well, the former Wanderers Academy director, has been thrown into the head coach role mid-season. And after a promising draw with victory, his team were hit with a 1-2 punch of pretty dire results against both Western United and the Central Coast Mariners. How he turns his team around today could define their season. Darcy Malone there for Canberra, again looking to make an impact. It'll be fascinating to see how that midfield battle goes today. Emma Robus, she's scored a goal this season. She'll be looking to add another, as will Kush Theroux, the Wanderers striker, standing over the ball and ready to get us started. Well, a late change to the starting 11 there. We saw Maya Markovski, who is on the pitch for Canberra. So that maybe will throw a spanner in the works of both sides' plans. She did start the season, Markovski, and has scored 3 goals so far, but was listed to be on the bench and is now out there starting. What can she produce for Canberra today? So the Wanderers get us underway. A huge clash for the Wanderers, who look to lift themselves up above the bottom of the table. For Canberra United, they will be looking to make a run at the top 6 with 3 points here this afternoon. And it's a great time now to introduce A-League's legend, Teresa Polias, on the call. Teresa, what are you most looking forward to in this match?
Thanks, Taryn, for the lovely introduction. And yeah, it'll be a really interesting encounter. I think both teams really searching for consistency. And I think we'll see plenty of energy out here today.
So it's huge news just before kickoff. So we've just received word that we saw Maya Markovski out on the pitch. She's come in to replace Michelle Heyman, the leading appearance maker, leading all-time goal scorer in the competition, Canberra United's captain. Perhaps something in the warm-up with Heyman. That's a huge change, both to the way these sides will line up and also the way this game will look, because Heyman is so important to this Canberra United team in more ways than one.
Yeah, it's huge news out of the Canberra United camp, and unwanted news for them. A-League's legend, Michelle Heyman, late change. An opportunity here, though, for Maya Markovski to come on and get some game time.
Well, here come the Wanderers. Charging forward is Matos. Zanika Matos, wrong decision there. She puts her hands up to acknowledge that fact. It was caught between whether to take a shot or play to teammate. The shot far wide.
It was a great opportunity there for Matos. She'll be disappointed with that effort. Unopposed there. And just blasted that over, just lifted her head slightly too early there.
Well, she scored her first goal, of course, this season against Western United in that big win that they had, and that was in her 74th game. So maybe she's got a taste for goal scoring now, Teresa.
It tends to be what happens, Taryn, and it's good to see, though. Good to see her get forward and confident enough to take that shot. It was great to see her get her first goal. I know the feeling of waiting so long for that first one.
So Canberra trying to play it out from the back. It's intercepted again by the Wanderers, who are looking to break quickly, but one back in midfield by Canberra. Chasing that down is Christopherson. And Lobo, in her first start, gets the foot in, manages to take it out of play.
Never easy going into a match when you've lost one of your main players, your leader, right before kickoff. So it'll be interesting to see how Canberra United respond.
Here is Markovski on the ball. They are quite similar players, Markovski and Heyman. Both tall, both gifted in that build-up play. Markovski maybe not as quick as Heyman, but she makes up for that with that elegant close control that she has. But it is a fascinating thing, not just for the game, of course, but the psychological impact that has on Canberra. And we can see the Wanderers have started the brighter just in these first few minutes.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that Maya Markovski is a similar player, because she'll try and go out there and emulate what Michelle Heyman can do, and in that way they'll be able to stick to the game plan that they've organised for today.
Push through for the Wanderers as the ball taken away. And now for a throw. Rouge has found herself in good positions on various occasions this season. Only scored the one goal from Bathurst. Is pushed through. And she'll be hoping to add to that tally this afternoon. And the Buchanan's throw. Ball delivered, no one there to claim. We'll go all the way out for a Canberra throw. So if you've just joined us, big news just before halftime, a late change to the starting lineup for Canberra. Maya Markovski replacing Michelle Heyman. Amy Harrison, her first touches on the ball. Played midfield to Harada. Bennett. Into space. Turned in is Liv Price. Bernalicio intercepts, and Gordon, the player to pick it up. Mary Stanish-Floody trying to chase that one down, won't quite get there. The youngster Stanish-Floody, what a season she's had so far. She's scored the 2 goals. She's created 14 chances, which is amongst the highest out of anyone in the competition. It really has been a breakout season for her, that understanding that she has with her teammates, particularly with Heyman. It's contributed a lot to Canberra's success.
Absolutely. It's really great to have seen her matured this season and been a bit of a sidekick to Michelle Heyman. Created so much for Canberra United in open play, on set pieces as well. She's become a real important cog in this Canberra United system.
Markovski's heavy touch, just allowing the Wanderers to get on the ball. Lobo. Some nice early touches just to ease the nerves, no doubt.
Wanderers definitely looking the more settled of the two teams this early on. I mentioned how difficult it would be to lose your leader right before kickoff, so perhaps Canberra still adjusting to such a major change.
Markovski. Gordon. Long ball over the top, searching for the run of Christopherson. Christopherson will get there, but no one in the middle for Canberra, so Sham Karmas able to dive on that one. Of course, returning from the suspension that she accrued after picking up a red card a couple of weeks ago for a denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. She's been such a key element for the Wanderers, and ball perhaps given away here. Sally James has work to do. She's done exceptionally well there, the 22-year-old. She had to be sharp off her line. This ball back from Anton, just going to absolutely no one. James was there. She might have to be sharp again, but Wanderers not able to get the shot away.
Great goalkeeping there from Sally James. She was alert to the play and had stepped up, ready to sweep in and clear that dangerous ball. Bit of an error there from Anton.
Holly Murray. Playing it back to Anton, who will probably have a little bit to think about in terms of those back passes after that, but she does well there. Christopherson, overlapping run. Canberra already signalling that they'll look to use the pace of Christopherson on that side, who has had a good season so far. Still learning, still growing into her game. Here she is on the ball now, a ball in the middle. Markovski! Almost the spectacular from Maya Markovski.
That's good play from Canberra here, and Christopherson once again getting that ball in, and Canberra have numbers in the box this time. A good opportunity there for Maya Markovski. She does well in that position to direct that towards goal, albeit over.
Canberra just giving the ball away there. Sloppy work, but a high press from the Wanderers, who are really coming after Canberra in these opening exchanges. On that occasion, though, the ball harmlessly out for a goal kick.
It's exactly what the Wanderers need after a run of a few poor results. Need to come out with energy against a Canberra United side that are on the up. They've had some good results of late. They're building momentum. I'll be happy to have Sham Karmas back between the sticks as well. The leader back there gives everyone around her a lot of confidence.
Robus just avoiding the touch of Stanish-Floody, although perhaps thought she won it back for a moment. These are the Wanderers who do come away with possession. Nice work between Taylor Young and Robers, but Robers takes it out. Formerly of Western United, of course, Emma Robers. Christopherson, hefty challenge, won the ball legally. There's the Wanderers striding forward. Buchanan out to Eunice. Again, searching for options, not able to find them. Holly Murray trying to get in the way. Eventually it'll spurt out to Sally James in goal.
You can see both teams, the longer they hold that ball on the wings, the more crowded it gets. Good challenge there from Christopherson.
She's a very wholehearted player.
Wholehearted challenge there, you like to see that, but both teams are getting joy when they do switch the ball to the other side.
Darcy Malone. Central to Gordon and then all the way back to Anton. Both sides still searching for that first clear side on goal, that clear-cut chance that they can look to convert. These two sides, the least and second least amount of big chances in the competition. Canberra, the big difference is that Canberra have been better at converting them more consistently and in ways that have gotten them more points. The Wanderers seem to have their performances all at once. Of course, that 4-4 with Melbourne victory, the 5-1 against Western United. Canberra have been able to pick up points against the likes of the Raw, and that's what's put them in this position at this stage of the season.
Exactly right, Taryn, and that's how both teams are now in this situation, trying to find some momentum.
Good turn from Gordon, a shot from range. Not enough direction to challenge Karmas, but the right idea from Canberra.
It's a great idea there. Beth Gordon getting a half chance to shoot there. Positive stuff to start this match.
Canberra crowd already making their voices known, very parochial here at McKellar Park.
Always a tough place to travel to. Crowd never let you off down there.
The Wanderers again push through. Stonage Floody. Now to Gordon. Bethany Gordon finds herself in some space and is taken down from behind. Matos running back. Now concern for Gordon.
Matos just catches Gordon there, and yeah, looks like a pretty badly rolled ankle there. She's in a bit of pain. We know she's had a history of injury. Hopefully the medical team can get it right for the time being. She does look like she's in a bit of pain there.
It wasn't the initial contact, it was afterwards. She seems to have just twisted her ankle in the turf. Those ones really hurt.
They are stingers, those, and she's looking better as she gets some treatment there. They'll definitely spray the magic spray on that. Here it is again. Matos comes through, and yeah, that's that planting, that far foot there.
Yeah, that's not nice to look at, and unfortunately at the moment Beth Gordon's struggling to put her full weight on that ankle. She is looking a little bit better as she walks off. With every step seems to be putting a little bit more weight on it, but
the hard one with those is you can continue playing for now. It's when you hit half time and you go into the sheds and your body starts to cool down, that's when it just stiffens, and often players can't continue after that half break. So hopefully she can get back on, play through to the half, and try and keep it warm during the half-time break.
Should be put through her test by the physios now. So for now, Canberra playing with 10. That is another unwanted spanner in the works after Michelle Heyman, a late withdrawal from the side, replaced in the starting 11 by Maya Markovski.
The unpredictability of football, Taryn.
You never know what life will throw at you as a footballer.
Never know.
In the meantime, play continues. Canberra looking to advance the ball forward through Markovski. Anton, who has taken the captain's armband in Heyman's absence. Still not sure the reason for that absence. And Gordon running back onto the pitch, so hopefully she's okay to continue. And as you say, Teresa, hopefully okay to not only finish this half, but continue throughout the game.
She's moving a little bit gingerly.
Trying to drive into the penalty area, but can't get there. Gordon getting back involved immediately.
Yeah, it's good to see her back out there. As she keeps moving, it'll stay warm and be okay. I just think that hurdle is that half-time break, so we'll see what happens.
Markovski trying to play it towards Gordon. Malone looking for the 1-2. Amy Harrison beating the first line of defence, and now the second as well. Harrison still going here, a run for the ages. Amy Harrison, who didn't quite make the right decision with that final ball. She did all the hard work to get into that position. You're expecting her to either let fly with something remarkable or play in a teammate, but she just sort of lobbed it into Canberra's defence.
Yeah, all that hard work. Initially, she was looking for a player and thought, no one's there, I'll go myself. Did a great job, went for an excellent run. She is a skillful player, Amy Harrison. She could easily play in the midfield, but just that end product again for the Wanderers, not there.
Bennett. Matos can only take it out of play. Lobo, long ball over the top. Will be easily claimed by Sally James.
Canberra United seem to have settled now, worked out their press. Plenty of turnovers.
Eunice on the ball now for the Wanderers. Rue. Eunice. Nice work in midfield. Sienna Silvesca trying to get involved. Lobo having to play it back to her keeper in Karmas. Robers. Markovski. Lovely work from Markovski to play it to Gordon, who just wasn't able to get it under control. And that's maybe been the concern with Canberra in attack, is that their centre forward, whether it be Heyman or in this case Markovski today, can end up quite isolated. But here they are, the overlapping run from Taylor Young. Will look to put in a ball of quality, cleared away by Harrison.
Canberra, a team that are very good on the break in transition. You're right, sometimes they do get a bit isolated up top or not enough numbers in the box for a cross.
Hayley Taylor Young delivering a cross. Oh, Gordon was lurking, but Wanderers defence managed to get it away out of her reach, and now they can try and hit on the counter. Rue, push the Rue, driving forward, using that straight line speed. But Liz Anton, all of her experience, the Kiwi international, able to get there, and the crowd sounding their appreciation of the defensive work.
It's good to hear the crowd getting involved in the game. That's what every home team needs and wants in a game, to spur them on. It's a big game today for both teams, so crowd always helps. It's a good patch here for Canberra United.
Down the line, Hayley Taylor-Young again. Another opportunity for a ball in. Taylor-Young. Khamis collects at the front post.
It's 2 crosses for Canberra on their right side. They had numbers in the box. Key is they really need to find the feet.
The Wanderers. Matos back to Silvestre. Sienna Silvestre has a try from distance. And Sally James was reaching. That looked for a moment like that was going in the pantheon of great Ninja A-League goals, but Sally James was alert enough to the danger.
Initially it looked like a floater here and was going over, but it's held up, it's dropped perfectly, and we've seen a few absolute bombs from Silvestre this season, but Sally James does just enough there to save Canberra United.
For Silvestre, she scored 5 goals this season, including a hat-trick against Western United. She had a brief stint at Sydney FC, only made 4 appearances last season for them before signing back to the Wanderers, where she started her career. She's been a real breakout star for them. She has that ability to score goals, to create. She's such an exciting player to watch, the 18-year-old.
She really is, and she's the player you don't want to leave unopposed in those areas, and Canberra United did just that and were almost punished for it, but really great to see her back at the Wanderers getting consistent game time week in, week out, and it's paid off for her, and it's great for the Wanderers.
There's great awareness from Sally James, who's been called into action a couple of times today. We speak about breakout seasons, it's been one for her as well. Ball through, searching for Christopherson, who was offside, even if she had been able to get there.
Mentioned Sally James, and yes, she's certainly had a breakout season where she's just so proactive in games. We've already seen that in a few moments early on here today. It's great to see.
She started her career at Canberra back in 2020-21, and then went to Melbourne City for a couple of seasons, went to Perth last season. Probably thought she was in for a lot more game time at Perth, but then of course Morgan Aquino had probably one of the great goalkeeping seasons of all time, and Sally James unfortunately not able to break into the side. She's come back to Canberra this season and has done quite well. Still only 22 years of age, still plenty of potential. Extra young for a goalkeeper as well. You've got to think goalkeeper years, different to outfielder years.
No, it's great to see the unexpected nature of football's brought her back to Canberra United, but she's getting consistent game time, and good to see a young goalkeeper coming through really well.
Lobo. Back to Khamis. Well, speaking of great seasons, it would be remiss to not mention Sham Khamis, the most big chances saved of any goalkeeper, highest save percentage. She's been outstanding for the Wanderers. She's kept them in games.
She has, time and time again, and I really think the Wanderers felt her absence in the recent poor results that they have had. She's not only a great goalkeeper that, you know, produces saves when the team needs them, but she's a leader out there, and just having her out there, her presence, gives everyone confidence. She's also very vocal, and that really helps the young players out there to stay switched on in games, particularly as the game goes on and you get fatigued. She's always on to you, Sham.
So we've just received confirmation with that late absence of Michelle Heyman. She's completely out of the team, so she's not on the bench. Tiana Miro, who has made 1 appearance, she debuted against Western United. She has made her way into the matchday squad. So Canberra United still with their full complement of a bench.
So it doesn't count as a sub, does it?
Yes, so Tiana Miro into the matchday squad, replacing Michelle Heyman. Darcy Malone there, a little bit too enthusiastic on Amelia Bennett, gives away the foul. The Wanderers an opportunity to build up from the back. Markovski. Back to Malone. Bertolicio. She'll play in her keeper. So the midway point of the first half, we haven't seen any major clear-cut opportunities for either side so far. Canberra have built into the half as the game's gone on. Certainly the first 5-10 minutes, the Wanderers were the team on the front foot, but as the half has gone on, it is Canberra who have begun to wrest some control, particularly on that right-hand side. Hayley Taylor-Young making a number of forays forward. Here they go again through Bertolicio, searching for Christopherson. Tanika Matos is the defender there. Christopherson wins the ball, the cutback. No one able to get on the end of it. Markovski will come back and try to control it. A shot from distance from Rovers, well over the crossbar.
Was a great patch of possession from Canberra, and Christopherson terrorising the left side. It was a great cutback, but Taylor-Young just couldn't get on the end of that. And Rovers' shot.
Mary Stanish-Floody as well was the player running through the middle at the back post.
Both players missed that one, and it's a huge chance for Canberra United, gone begging there.
Amy Harrison playing in Saveska. Saveska trying to get past 3 defenders. You can't fault the effort. She ends up winning the ball back, playing it forward to Kusharu. Matos taken to ground by Bertolicio. Great challenge from the youngster, and that might allow Canberra an opportunity in transition, but a heavy touch from Markovski puts an end to that.
Bit of chaos in the middle of the pitch there. Great challenge from Bertolicio.
And that stat there, 19 accurate passes in the final third for Canberra. Gordon getting involved, trying to intercept Christopherson as well. How about the endeavour from Sophia Christopherson? The ball back across to Mary Stanish-Floody. Appeals for handball and given just outside the area. It's Lobo who was at fault. With that opportunity created by Christopherson, she's had a great couple of minutes.
Fantastic. Here's that shot from Stanish-Floody. It did hit Lobo's hand from close range. A tough one there, but right decision. And Mary Stanish-Floody will be loving the position of this free kick here. But yeah, like you said, Taryn, fantastic work from Christopherson. She's on the left side now and causing all sorts of trouble for the Wanderers.
Well, we've seen some wonderful free kicks scored in the Ninja A-League this season. Just taking another look at that again, do you think it's a fair call?
I think it is. The hand was slightly away from the body there. I'm happy with that decision. Nice close control there from Mary Stanish-Floody to get a quick shot away with decent power.
And Stanish-Floody, an opportunity here to open the scoring for Canberra. A close range free kick, 5 in the wall for the Wanderers. Mary Stanish-Floody lifts it! Just wide of the post. A great effort from the youngster, just couldn't quite curl it in.
No, she got brilliant dip on and power on that shot, but just goes wide of the post there. Decent strike from Stanish-Floody. She's definitely enjoyed a few set pieces this season.
She's no doubt an avid watcher of the Ninja A-League, has probably seen Momo Hiyashi of Brisbane, has probably seen Letitia McKenna of Melbourne City.
She's a technician herself. She always has been. As a youngster at Sydney, I can recall many moments where I just shake my head in amazement.
Buchanan not able to reel that in for the Wanderers, so Canberra will have a goal kick. Lobo, no doubt, mightily relieved.
Definitely a sense of relief there, but it was a difficult one to move your arm then.
Amy Harrison's ball forward. Lovely touch into Eunice. Talia Eunice trying to keep the ball. Silvesca out wide to Buchanan. Ella Buchanan squaring it. But Alicio got the vital touch. Bit of chaos, and eventually Canberra can get it away.
It's better from the Wanderers. More support on the ball. It's what they need when their midfielders receive the ball. They need players wanting the ball and getting forward.
Silvesca into Eunice. Eunice was offside. And the Wanderers, we know that they're quick. We know that they can provide moments of magic in transition. I guess it's that creativity from not dead ball situations, but situations where they're building out from the back themselves and they're having to play less direct. That's maybe the area in which they need to work on breaking down teams.
They certainly have the players out there to do that. I think it just comes down to confidence, and when one player has the ball, are the others all supporting? And
Alicio trying to fend off the run of Kush Theroux. Play it back to Holly Murray. Christopherson having to drop deep to help out. Intercepted in midfield. Vociferous appeals for handball from the crowd, not heeded. Eventually they will win the foul. Stanich Floody tripped up in the process.
Here's the tussle there between Gordon and Bennett, and the subsequent foul on Stanich Floody. Didn't see too much in that one.
So Bethany Gordon, her day is done. She picked up that ankle injury earlier, tried to battle on through it, wasn't able to. So unfortunately, she will have to be subbed off in the first half. Her replacement, Janaea Dos Santos, the 19-year-old, has scored a goal in this competition for her former club, Sydney FC. It's come to Canberra United in search of game time, the young Matilda. And she'll have a hefty chunk of it this afternoon to make a real difference for her side.
Yeah, sad to see Gordon have to go off after that injury. You could see she was moving gingerly out there and she couldn't get to the half, but what a player to be able to bring on, Dos Santos.
Certainly a brave effort from Beth Gordon after that ankle roll. Unfortunately, sometimes all the magic spray in the world can't quite do the trick with things like that.
Yeah, unfortunately, just a little too severe to withhold. And even keeping it warm, a bit too much damage there. Hopefully she can rehab it nice and quickly.
And Canberra, a disrupted start to their game. Michelle Heyman, a laid out of the matchday squad. And then Bethany Gordon having to be substituted in the first half due to injury.
I must say that they've handled the challenge quite well so far. Their energy has increased as the game's gone on.
Dos Santos. Her first touch, an errant one. Lobo, long ball into the centre, headed away by Anton. Robers back to Taylor Young, who beats Talia Eunice. The final third entries, Canberra. We've had a few more at this stage of the game, reflects the way the game has gone so far. The Wanderers starting on the front foot, but as the half has gone on, Canberra, the team that have looked the most likely. It's a decent throw from Danica Matos with no effort at all to throw that into the middle of the pitch. That is an underrated skill, I feel, at this level.
Higher up the pitch. An amazing skill to have. The long throw.
Malone. And Alicio. Playing it all the way back to Anton. There's no word on why Alex McKenzie isn't in the matchday squad for Canberra today. Of course, she's been a part of Canberra's defence, but they've done well so far. Dos Santos. Her ball intercepted and dealt with by the Wanderers. Here's Robers. Stanage Floody. Taylor Young. Looking to put a ball in, Taylor Young, but with Price perfectly positioned to deal with it. Talia Yunus wins the ball in an advantageous position. Yunus looking for options ahead. Yunus goes for glory. Sally James once again retreating, but once again deals with the threat.
She had a look around her, Yunus. She was isolated on the break and took the right decision there to take the shot. Wasn't a bad effort, but Sally James on task once again.
Those are the types of things as a goalkeeper that won't show up on the stat pack. It's not a big save or a high percentage XG opportunity, but just the defensive or the positional awareness to make sure that she's in the right place and make sure that that doesn't lob over the top is very important.
Unfortunately for goalkeepers, the stats don't quite count those things, but certainly her team feel it out there.
Malone. Markovsky dropping deep. Now a ball over the top. Taylor Young will chase it down. She's got Buchanan on her tail. Taylor Young driving into the penalty area. Hayley Taylor Young. Sham Karmas gathers comfortably at the front post.
Taylor Young went on a great run there. Did really well to cut back in here. Has a shot there and doesn't trouble Sham Karmas on this occasion.
Well, she scored 2 goals in her 55-game Ninja A-League career. Spent last season out injured. Probably took a few games to get back into the swing of things this time out, but she's been very, very impressive today.
She has. She's been very busy today, which is great to see.
Stanage Floody trying to thread a ball through to Markovsky, wasn't able to do so. Darcy Malone getting involved in midfield. And again, it'll come out to the Wanderers. Yunus. Push the route, heavy touch. Canberra United leading on the shot count. Passes the eye test so far?
I think so at this point now, and certainly very measured in the way they're keeping possession and choosing when to go forward.
It is the Wanderers an opportunity in transition now. Yunus looking to find a teammate in the middle. It's headed away calmly. And Emma Robers winning the foot race, but not able to play the ball through to Markovsky. So now Matos, a neat little 1-2. Still Matos, Danica Matos. Cut out by Liz Anton.
Robers doing all that hard work just moments ago, and just that pass selection at times for Canberra United does them no favours, and she had a simple pass to her left. Something for them to, I suppose, look at half-time and make a few tweaks.
Emma Robers is the kind of player, she's such a workhorse for your team. She'll run up and down all day. She'll hustle in midfield and win you those turnovers. But then it's that final third creativity and that final ball that maybe sometimes just holds someone like her back a little bit.
Yeah, at times you see that. She's a really hard worker all the time, but best way to put it, and I was in those situations as a holding mid. It's just keep it simple.
Wanderers happy to keep possession. Harrison, taking the space afforded to her, will play it central. Eunice, tricky footwork. Stays on her feet here, Eunice. Fantastic work from the youngster, only 16 years of age. So graceful to watch Talia Eunice play. In the end, the Wanderers winning the throw. Dos Santos disagreed. Bertolicio can't get there, it's crossed in. Canberra player's gone flying, but on the follow-up, the shot from Emma Harada blasts over the crossbar.
Rue does really well to get that cross in, and strength there in the middle, but Harada blasts it over. She had to made a sliding effort there, which is always hard to get over the ball and keep it down. But that's a genuine chance there for the Wanderers.
Harada, the Japanese national, 23 years of age. Played in the second tier of New South Wales state football in 2024, where she was selected from for the Wanderers. Push the route chasing. Not able to keep that one in that time.
She's made a huge step up, Harada. She would have loved to have gotten on the score sheet moments ago.
Bertolicio. Her ball, the intended target was Dos Santos. She's got two Wanderers players on her, and Liv Price comes away with it. And Robers, that hard work, that industry, she got there in time and was able to calmly play it back to her keeper. Ball forward from Stanic Floody, giving Markovski a chase. And it's turned out well for Canberra, because that back pass from Bennett was nowhere near Sham Karmas, and it'll be a Canberra corner.
Seemed like a bit of a panicked clearance there from Bennett. Canberra get an opportunity now.
Emma Robers, the player who will take the set piece. One arm in the air, she'll take it short. So Malone, the player, dropping. Back to Robers. Robers delivery, the header off the post, head in. Sophia Christopherson adding strings to her bow every time we see her in the competition. Just before the break, the home side take the lead.
Well, she's on an absolute roll, Christopherson, and she's worked so hard out there today. She's created, it was a great ball back in from Robers. Beautiful ball into a dangerous area, and Christopherson was ready for it. Beautiful finish.
Sophia Christopherson, the 20-year-old, her third goal in the competition. She's known for her pace and creating those opportunities. We saw her early in the game applying that pressure and making things happen. And now she's scored a header as well.
Add that to her toolbox headers now. We don't usually see that from her, but her ability to get into the right positions, and if anyone out there today deserved a goal, she'd be on that list.
Well, 2 minutes of added time in the first half as the Wanderers will attempt to get back in this game.
And how about that ball back in from Robers as well? Fantastic assist.
Well, no doubt the coaching staff will be pleased with that, because that is something that's been drawn up at training and it's worked in a game.
And considering one of their main targets, obviously their leader Heyman's not even in the box or on the field at all. I mean, it's huge that Canberra have the next player that'll step up.
Push the route and battle with Anton. Anton gets there. Well, this Anton, she's not going to win a foot race with Kush the Roo, but it's that positioning, the experience. The New Zealand international, her 73rd match in the competition. She just knows where to be, Anton, to nullify that threat. She's done so really well today so far.
Exactly right. You really can't beat experience and knowing where to position yourself. It can save you a lot of time and energy in a game.
Markovski, acrobatic, finds the run of Dos Santos. Janaea Dos Santos just trying to keep possession, not able to do so. So the Wanderers maybe one last opportunity before the break. Harada. Elena Harada was the beneficiary of the best opportunity that the Wanderers had in this half so far. Can they fashion one more? Harrison, very far forward. Her ball over the top. Out for a goal kick.
Canberra United in that set block there, really hard to break down. The Wanderers will need to move the ball a lot quicker if they want to break them down and get chances and shots on goal.
Sally James happy to take her time. And it will be half-time at McKellar Park. Sophia Christopherson giving Canberra United the lead just before the break. A header from a set piece. Canberra starting a little bit shaky after news that their captain, Michelle Heyman, would not be in the matchday squad today, but they built into the half and they got their just reward. Half-time, it's Canberra United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. So let's take a look at all the highlights from that first half. Canberra, this was an acrobatic effort from Maya Markovski, who didn't even know she was starting until moments before the game.
Yeah, it was a great effort from that position there, and she got too far under it, but good work from Christopherson to get a good cross in, and Silvestre shot from distance. We've seen that time and time again, but Sally James always proactive and ready.
Silvestre had her eyes on the headlines. Goal of the season. Sally James was alert to the danger.
She's got an amazing left foot.
This set piece opportunity from Mary Stanich-Floody.
It was a great set piece. It dipped really well, had a decent amount of power on it, but just wide there for Stanich-Floody.
And then the Wanderers, they had a golden opportunity to take the lead.
This was their best opportunity. Harada came crashing into the box there and just blasted it over there. Just enough pressure, I think Anton put on her.
That was the closest the Wanderers came, but then it was Canberra, a clever set piece that got them the breakthrough.
Clever short set piece here off the corner. Great ball back in from Robers, and fantastic positioning from Christopherson to nod that ball on goal and unopposed there.
And Canberra United, the home crowd, the players certainly thrilled with that one. So this is the tale of the first half. Canberra United with more possession, more shots. Teresa, do the stats pass the eye test?
Absolutely. I'm looking at that passing accuracy from Canberra United, and it seems like they're really focused on that today, and it's working for them.
Plenty more to come in the second half. As it stands, Canberra United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. Well, tomorrow, the Brisbane Roar will host Adelaide United at Perry Park. Narlene Masto and a former Teresa Polias preview the match.
Round 12 of the Ninja A-League will be wrapped up at Perry Park when Brisbane Roar take on Adelaide United. Teresa, Brisbane pretty disappointed coming off that loss against Melbourne City. Do you think that the pressure is now well and truly on them, given that victory also levelled on points with them now?
Look, it was a real missed opportunity for Brisbane against City in that battle for top spot, but I think the pressure lies in how they bounce back now against Adelaide United in another tough match.
They also conceded 2 goals in quick succession, I believe in just 4 minutes. Do you think that defensive vulnerability could come back to bite them again?
Look, I'm sure that they've spoken about that through the week to ensure it doesn't happen, but easier said than done. It certainly is a vulnerability that they potentially have when they do get frustrated and tend to have mental lapses on the pitch.
It's going to be a tough one against Adelaide United because they've started 2025 with a bang. They have 3 wins on the board already. How do you think they can keep this momentum going now?
Yeah, look, Adelaide United have slowly gone about their business, and I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing. You know, they were missing Erin Healy and still produced a fantastic performance. So, yeah, much the same for Adelaide. They'll be going out to show some consistency.
It's sure to be an absolute cracker at Perry Park. We can't wait for it. Of course, Brisbane Roar taking on Adelaide United. It's live on Paramount Plus or 10 Play.
Very much looking forward to that fixture with not much at all separating both teams. Meanwhile, in the Isuzu Ute A-League, Adelaide United sit second place on the ladder. Striker Archie Goodwin has been a big part of their success, as discussed on Total A-Leagues this week.
The fact we're even having this discussion about who starts up front shows how well he's performed in recent weeks and how important his goals were. So I think it is going to be interesting. I think reading between the lines, I wouldn't be surprised if Juranovic does get the nod in this game.
Yeah, half the league would kill to have one of those players,
yeah.
I reckon. And it's just a good situation where you've got 2 blokes competing for one position, and that will surely only lift their levels. And they're both young, they're both Aussie. A bit like what I was saying earlier.
Yeah,
that's great.
Exactly.
That's great for the Socceroos.
And number 9s too. Not many number 9s, as we know, obviously in Australian football and in the A-League. And for them to have 2 on their books is great for Adelaide.
Adelaide will face Melbourne Victory tonight at 7:35 Australian Eastern Daylight Time, if you want to catch that one, in the Isuzu Ute A-League. And of course, a new edition of Total A-League is released every Wednesday, available on the A-League's YouTube channel and aleagues.com.au. Returning to the A-League Women's, and last week saw Wellington's Alyssa Wynnum slot a shot goal very early in their second half against the Western Sydney Wanderers. This wonderful moment was celebrated on Dubzone this week.
I think there's an element of surprise because Alyssa Wynnum throughout the whole season has been getting into good goal-scoring positions not finishing, and we're just waiting for her to take that next step. This is a player who could be 5, 8, 10 goals a season, even in the back half of the season, 5+ in the remaining games, due to her movement and the positions she gets into to score.
She does. She's now linking up really well with Ferguson and Main and Longo as well, so it's come at a good time though.
I wanted to talk about just the joy and the excitement, though. This is the sort of thing that when I think people see it, they think, I want to sign up and play. Alyssa Wynnum, I think for New Zealand football, might be the best marketing tool they have.
Wellington are on target to make finals for the first time in the club's Ninja A-League history. Tomorrow they will host the Newcastle Jets. Time now to preview that match.
Plenty more Ninja A-League action heading your way at Potarua Park as Wellington Phoenix will welcome Newcastle Jets. Now, Teresa, the Knicks perhaps very disappointed with their loss, and we saw Annalie Longo was very frustrated as well. They seem to only kind of have moments in specific patches in matches. How can they try and, have a very good performance for the entirety of a game?
Yeah, they would have been disappointed with that loss, given that they were on, the up, in terms of the ladder. But look, yeah, it comes down to that consistency within a game. At times they tend to have a few defensive lapses and teams capitalise on that.
And as for the Jets, they rank second for the most big chances created, yet it just ain't happening when it comes to conversion for goals. What do you put that down to?
I mean, when you throw that stat out there, I'm amazed at that. And you do see it in games. They play well, they get forward well, and I guess it's just a lapse of concentration in those critical moments.
And Jets, of course, have to make that trip all the way out to Wellington. From your experience in the past, how difficult is it to have all that travel in addition to kind of short recovery times in between those midweek games?
This is an extremely difficult patch for the Jets, and they really need to show their character in this trip over to Wellington, because it's not getting any easier. But like you said, they are a team that do create the big chances. It's just a matter of them putting them away.
Well, both teams will be eager for 3 points in this game. You can catch it live on Paramount Plus or 10 Play.
This game is part of a massive summer of football. Hear all about it now.
It's football's hottest summer.
Well, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, that is just pretty to watch.
78 games across 28 days.
That is unbelievable.
It's the A-League's biggest summer of football ever.
Oh my goodness, what a strike.
Action-packed fun for everyone these holidays. Family passes start from only $24. Search A-League's tickets online to get your tickets today.
So the players making their way back onto the pitch at McKellar Park, where it is the home side, Canberra United, who currently lead 1-0. They've had to overcome some adversity here, Canberra. Their captain and, of course, league-leading goal scorer, Michelle Heyman, withdrawing from the matchday squad just moments before the team was due to go out. She was replaced in the starting 11 by Maya Markovsky and in the squad by Tiana Miro. Western Sydney Wanderers, well, they'll need to find a way back into this game. They had their chances, the Wanderers, the best of which came through Anna Harada as the first half drew to a close, but they weren't able to convert, allowing Canberra to take the lead. The Sophia Christopherson header after a set piece. Liz Anson there with the captain's armband, with geeing up her troops. They know it won't be easy to hold on to this lead. They also lost Bethany Gordon in the first half. She was forced to leave the field after an ankle injury. She tried to fight through it for 10-15 minutes or so, wasn't able to get through to half-time and had to be subbed off. Sienna Silvesca, she came close herself, a long-range effort. Sally James able to keep it out of the back of the net, prevent Silvesca from what would have been a goal of the season contender. Emma Rober's heavily involved in proceedings as well. She always is, the industrious midfielder. Maya Markovski standing over the ball. We are back underway at McKellar Park. Can Canberra United hold on to this one-goal advantage, or can the Western Sydney Wanderers find a way back into this game? I am once again joined by A-League's legend, Teresa Polias. Teresa, what are the keys to the Wanderers getting back into the game?
Biggest thing I believe is supporting play and getting more players on the ball going forward. Seem a little bit isolated, particularly Sienna Silvesca up top when she does get the ball. So I'll be wanting to fix that in this half to create more big chances.
Long ball forward, searching for the run of Ella Buchanan. Hayley Taylor-Young, who was so impressive in the first half, gets there first, plays it off Buchanan and out for a goal kick.
Canberra normally very good at home, and they're very good today, and they've got that lead, and it's going to be a difficult task for the Wanderers to overcome, but it's just the one goal and things can turn around very quickly in a match of football.
They absolutely can, something that Canberra United will be fully aware of themselves. Of course, before the midweek fixture with Sydney FC, they came from behind 2 weeks in a row to win 2-1. So they will be fully aware of what can happen. But as things stand, Canberra United currently find themselves on the live ladder in the top 6. So they will be desperate to hold on to this lead and to hold on to that ladder position to give themselves a real chance of finishing there at the end of the season.
There's definitely so much to play for today for both teams.
Push the route. Playing it all the way back are the Wanderers. Bennett, Harada. 1-2. Canberra's midfield bunched up in defence there. And win the foul does Dos Santos, Janae Dos Santos, that first half substitute who came on to replace the injured Bethany Gordon.
She's been involved when she's come on, a little nervous at the start, but got some good touches in and kept it simple and worked herself into the game. Really good to see from the substitute. I must say, anyone that's had to step in for Canberra today, whether it be Maya Markovski, Janaea Dos Santos, they've done really well.
Canberra United's preparations thrown into turmoil. We've just received confirmation now. Michelle Heyman suffered a tweak in the warm-up. So precautionary measures, keeping her out of the matchday squad. That was almost an opportunity for Talia Younis there, but slipped as she changed positions. So some sort of tweak for Michelle Heyman. Maya Markovski coming into the side to replace her. Tiana Miro coming onto the bench as well.
Given that there's so long to go in the season, they've had a hard run of close fixtures lately, and Michelle Heyman would know her body. It's a sensible decision, I think.
Heyman, 36 years of age, She's been so consistent and so good at this level for so long. You never want to hold that against her because she doesn't look like she's slowing down anytime soon.
No, you don't even think about her age, the way she plays out there. She's just been so good.
Canberra have been good without her so far today. Sylvester. Ball played through. Rue left it behind. Turning is Buchanan. And Buchanan still there, trying to win it off Robers. It's a bit of chaos, and Taylor Young not able to keep it in. Sylvester's ball just a bit too far away from Buchanan. Now Markovski. Maya Markovski wins the throw. Listens to her coach, who was right there, leaving it for her teammate Taylor Young. Bit of pressure from Dos Santos. Taylor Young, a floater to Stanish Floody. Stanish Floody into the path of Malone. Malone through to Dos Santos, who was offside. Wasn't able to get there in any case. It was a clever little move from Canberra there.
It was. Janea Dos Santos caught offside there. Bit scrappy to start with, but that was a nice string of passes there from the home side.
So not much activity in terms of the press from the Wanderers on that occasion. You'd imagine that will change as the half goes on. A lot for that man, Jeff Abrahams, to think about.
Definitely sitting off for the moment. The standard block.
Hayley Taylor Young going to ground. No foul awarded.
They did well, though, to win it in their back third. Then perhaps that'll change as the half goes on, because they're going to need to press at some point if the score does stay the same. They are chasing this game, so they need to go for it.
It's one of the advantages of being the side in the lead. You get to dictate the play, dictate the terms of how the game is played, dictate the game's state. And Canberra United are able to make the decisions on how much they want to attack and how high they want to press. Of course, you never want to invite too much pressure. You don't want to sit back too deep. But all of that might come into play a bit sharper in focus as the half goes on. Still plenty of time remaining.
Absolutely, and sometimes it's goals that change games, but sometimes it's just little moments within general play that assist with your team's confidence. And I think the Wanderers just need to lift their energy a bit, get each other on the ball more, and pick the right passes out there. A little bit lackluster at the moment.
Maya Lobo just fouled there by Maya Markovski.
There's that battle between Lobo and Markovski.
She's done that a few times
she has.
Today, Markovski.
She's a tough player, Markovski, and gets the better of Lobo there.
She'll argue she's just using her strength, of course. But
of course.
You ask any player, they've never committed a foul in their life.
Yeah, that's right, Taryn. Perhaps the game needs a bit of spice there.
Lobo's ball forward. Anton going to ground and fouled by Rue is the call. Rue put her hands up in apology.
She's shown she's guilty there, putting her hand up, but yeah, just trips Anton there on the way through. Otherwise, she would have been away, but clear foul.
Even before the foul was called, there was a real look of guilt on her face.
There was. You saw that one coming.
Malone. Up the line for Christopherson to chase. Markovski activates the press on Karmas. Karmas, cool, calm, collected. And lovely work on that side as well. Wanderers have done exceptionally well to keep the ball in there. Price in a battle with Robers. It's come out to Dos Santos. Markovski couldn't get there ahead of Harrison. Harrison and Karmas just making Markovski run around there. Two very experienced players.
Definitely not what a striker wants to be doing. They want to expend their energy on chances, not chasing the ball.
The fourth time of asking, she just stopped too.
Yeah,
She said, I'm not doing this again.
I think anyone would do the same.
Malone's ball looking over the top. 20 degrees in Canberra currently, so perfect conditions really for football. Not too hot.
Great conditions after the heat we've experienced lately.
Intercepted in midfield by Stanish Floody. Now Markovski's in space. Maya Markovski, does she have options in the middle? Will she go herself here? Maya Markovski across the face of goal. Dos Santos couldn't get there. A great attacking move from Canberra, ends without a goal on the end of it.
Well, great ball, first of all, from Stanic Floody in behind there. It was perfectly weighted, and credit to Markovski. She could have taken the shot, but she really teed up a lovely cross for Christopherson. But here it is. Here's that opportunity to shoot. She was almost going to, and then decides, no, I'm going to cross this to the back post. And sorry, Dos Santos it was there. Just couldn't get onto it, but that's a great chance there for Canberra United.
Potentially a big moment brewing, because Sophie Harding, the reigning Dolan medalist, is awaiting her chance to come on the pitch. Bench today, no fitness issues, so that certainly is an interesting one. 3 goals so far this season. Of course, won the Dolan medal last season on the back of 12 goals, 4 assists, had a storming run of form. When you consider that her total goals in the competition across 75 games is 19, to score 12 of them last season, it really was a standout season for her. She earned herself a call-up for the Matildas, didn't make an appearance. You'd imagine there might have to be a double change here for the Wanderers, because they've got a player down injured. As it stands, it's Ella Buchanan who is coming off to make way for Sophie Harding. An attacking substitution from Jeff Abrahams, just indicating the game state at the moment.
An interesting one to start Harding on the bench. I do think they could have used her out there from the beginning. She's a quality player, and she's had some standout moments this season. It's always really hard to back up after such a star of a season last year, but she has had moments of brilliance, and she'll be looking to go out there and produce some brilliance for her team, who are trailing at the moment.
Let's not forget for the Wanderers, as we watch the midfield duels and Canberra perhaps having the better of that, they are missing Amy Chisari today, the Wanderers. She was not able to recover from the knock that she picked up last week. She's been such a vital cog for them in midfield. That's no doubt impacted them today, but already we're seeing that running of Sophie Harding. She will certainly add to that pressure on Sally James.
And that's a great point, Taryn, in that middle where I do feel like Canberra United are winning that midfield battle, and here's the challenge on Rue there. Yeah, just a shove in the back from Christopherson. But yes, they are losing that battle in the midfield, and I do believe that the absence of Chisari plays a big role in that. She's fantastic at winning those duels.
Ball delivered in for the Wanderers, cleared away by Robers. Stanage Floody with the opportunity to create something. Markovski chasing this one down. Karmas and Harrison combined to deal with the threat. Another lovely ball through from Mary Stanage Floody, as that certainly is a foul going the way of Wanderers. Tegan Bertolicio, the player at fault there.
Yeah, she just comes crashing in there, really mistimes that. It's a tough challenge there by Bertolicio. Great ball in behind from Stanage Floody. She's just a joy to watch. It's wonderful technique. We've seen her put a few lovely balls in behind for her teammates.
Here come the Wanderers. Ball delivered in, out of play before it could threaten the penalty area. Push through. The player putting the ball in that time. Malone. Shakes off a defender, but can't hit the correct first ball. Maya Lobo. And ball forward, headed away. Stanage Floody. Forced to retreat. Rovers play it back to her.
Good play once again from Robers. She just kept it simple and it opened things up for Canberra there, and they were patient again, went back to start again. They're in the driver's seat, as you mentioned, Taryn, so they're not in any hurry. They're happy to keep possession more often than not. But I'm sure they'll still go for it when the opportunity arises.
James's distribution there. She wouldn't have been happy with it because it went straight to a Wanderers player, but weren't able to control it, and it ended up with Canberra in possession. Markovski again committing the foul. Just an over-enthusiasm to get on the ball, to create something. She knows if she wins the ball in that situation, it is a dangerous attacking threat for Canberra. Ball chipped forward to no one. Everyone stops. Happy to let it run to Sally James. If you're the Wanderers in that situation, you're a goal behind. I know there's still 30 minutes or so to go.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head a little, Taryn, because, you know, you're chasing the game. The ball movement's just not quite fast enough to break down Canberra United. We just saw then. That's an example of that, and got two fresh subs on. It's time to press, I believe. Canberra United, they're toying with the ball now. They're in no hurry to get forward.
It's one of Sophie Harding's strengths.
It is, Taryn, but she can't go alone because it's not going to work. You either all go as a unit and complement each other. The odd time she may win it on her own, but they need to be pressing as a unit.
We saw with Maya Markovski running around moments ago what happens when it's one player doing it. Not very effective.
I mean, you'd rather see that, though, than not at all, really.
Well, the Wanderers will need to find another gear here. Still a goal behind. Less than 30 minutes of regulation time remaining.
I think Amy Chisari is a player that also sparks that inner mongrel in her teammates as well. And there is a void there, not having her out there. But you know what? That happens in football. They need to deal with that and step up. They've got enough experience out there to do it.
Push through, picking up the ball in space. It's intercepted away by Canberra. Hit into the equivalent of Rosed into safety. Christopherson picking up the ball. Back to Stanish Floody. Spots the run of Dos Santos. Still going herself here, Stanish Floody will play it through to Dos Santos. First touch has taken it behind her. Hayley Taylor-Young. Dangerous, but straight at Karmas.
She just rushed that delivery, Taylor-Young there. It was a good opportunity to get a quality ball in.
You seemed torn between a cross and a shot there.
Yeah,
certainly was within shooting range.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, just didn't commit to either or. Certainly has the ability to whip a really good cross in.
Here comes Matos. Danica Matos, the cutback. Cut out by Anton, although Anton's clearance not convincing. In the end, it's Holly Murray who got it as far away as possible from the back line.
Here's that cross in from Taylor-Young and straight to Sham Karmas. She wasn't happy with that one.
And she's been good today, Taylor-Young, but that final ball is the question mark around her game. There's still plenty of time to produce a ball of quality, though. Murray loses out. Matos gave herself up there. Ball out for a Canberra throw.
She did. I think she could have gotten away with that one had she not given it up then.
So a substitution here for Canberra United. It's Kiwi international Ruby Nathan who's coming onto the field of play. She'll replace Mary Stanish Floody, who's looking a bit proppy as she walks off. Getting loud applause from the Canberra crowd. Well deserved too. She's had a fantastic shift out there. But it will be Ruby Nathan, the 19-year-old, who will be tasked with taking the reins of Stanish Floody's good work.
An interesting one in my opinion, Taryn. She was orchestrating everything out there, and I don't blame her for being a little disappointed in being subbed pretty early in this match. They'll miss her out there, Canberra, and not to mention, she's a joy to watch.
Well, after Markovski meted out a few fouls, she's won one of her own here. Getting in a tangle with Matos. It means that Taylor-Young will be the player standing over this free kick because Stanish Floody, of course, off the pitch. Taylor-Young's delivery. Markovski couldn't get a clean connection. She's on the ball now, though. Markovski back to Nathan. It was teed up beautifully by Maya Markovski. Ruby Nathan's first touch on the ball. A fantastic opportunity to score.
Yeah, a bit of a floater in there, and Markovski has a go at it first, and it lands nicely for Ruby Nathan. She does have the ability to get into good positions, so we know why she's been subbed on.
Well, Nathan is yet to score a goal in this competition. This is her 28th appearance. She's actually scored for the New Zealand national team before she scored in this competition. Still very young, of course. Plenty of promise. Ball's come out for Harding. Sophie Harding for the Wanderers. Dealt with well by Anton. The Wanderers preparing another substitution. We know the Wanderers are capable of scoring late What can they produce here? Liv Price turning, shooting. Well, Sally James made sure of it. And it was always skewing wide.
We saw her hit a rocket in recent weeks, and it was a nice position for a shot there. Had a decent amount of power, but she couldn't get it on goal.
So Talia Capitanellis, the player coming on. That shot was Liv Price's last involvement in the game. Capitanellis scoring against Melbourne Victory earlier in the season in that dramatic late surge from the Wanderers that saw them draw 4-4. And again, the Wanderers will take heart from the fact that they've scored so many of their goals in the last 15 minutes. In fact, 38% of their goals, 5 in total, have been scored in the last 15 minutes of games. So we're not quite there yet. But the Wanderers know that they can produce at the end of games.
Well, that bodes really well for them, and you can see off that goal kick there, they're pressing higher. So perhaps something will happen to match that statistic today.
Murata across to Eunice. Dos Santos is there. Wins out. Dos Santos playing it forward to Nathan. Ruby Nathan, can she win the foot race with Harrison? She can't. But Canberra winning the throw.
Good work from Ruby Nathan getting forward there. She's been busy since she's come on. We're disappointed to see Stanic Floody go off, but wouldn't it be nice to see them both on there together?
Taylor Young's throw. Finds the feet of Markovski and then back to Taylor Young, who wins another throw. So take 2 from this position. Markovski surrounded by Wanderers defenders. And Canberra maintaining that edge in passes in the final third. And they've just had the slight advantage over the Wanderers, but the Wanderers certainly not out of this. They'll know that they can produce something. Here comes Canberra though. Christopherson cutting inside for the brace. Karmas comes out and saves, but Nathan on the follow-up. Somehow Karmas got back. Harrison was there on the goal line as well. That is what Sham Karmas has been doing all season. What a save.
What a save, and those are the moments that can change a game for a team. Christopherson has the first go, and it comes out to Nathan. Great save from Karmas.
She's had plenty of opportunities this season, Nathan. You just feel a goal is coming for her.
Can't be far away.
Rovers delivering. Headed back in the middle. Christopherson thought she'd gotten there and thought it had come off a Wanderers defender, but out for a Karmas goal kick. Well, the Wanderers stay in the game thanks to their goalkeeper.
Can that spur the Wanderers?
Well, we saw the psychological impact it had when she received that red card a couple of weeks ago. Not just in terms of the quality between the sticks, but the psychological impact on the rest of the players, knowing that one of their leaders wasn't on the pitch. Seeing her produce something like that, it might just lift them.
Absolutely. You could see as soon as she did leave the pitch, you know, the confidence drained from the players. And perhaps it's a question of mentality for the Wanderers. They're missing Chisari today as well. But this is their chance now in this time of the game as well. Got a good little patch of momentum here.
Silveska looking for Matos. The whistle blows, so the attack not able to continue. Offside called. Fascinating listening to Coach Jeff Abrahams there. Hear nice and loudly, Sophie help. Seem to be urging Sophie Harding to help in the attacking play. He's not happy with something in their attacking flow at the moment.
It's, I think, one of those things as a striker, always being available, and she's a player that's got good strength. She's able to hold the ball up and bring others into play, and I think that's what he's urging for her to do.
Bertolicio in a tangle with Push the Root. Push the Root, the player who comes away with the ball. Anton again. She's been so good today, Liz Anton for Canberra in defence.
Perhaps that early warning call did her wonders, but yeah, she's been fantastic back there. Great leader.
Very early on, a back pass, almost putting Canberra in trouble, but she's been great since then. Dos Santos. Well, Christopherson was in an offside position, which is why she didn't chase down that ball. Disappointment all round, because it was fantastic work by Dos Santos to get there. The referee has stopped play because Maya Lobo is down injured in her first start in the Ninja A-League, the defender.
Here is the instance. Not too much in that, perhaps overstretched there.
Well, we have to hope that it's a contact injury and not an injury as a result of the stretch, because if it is as a result of the stretch, that's likely of some more concern. She is getting some tests on her knee from the physio, which you always hate to see in this competition.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, in terms of the Wanderers' circumstances, it's definitely the last thing they need, another injury when it comes to squad depth. She's had a positive debut, Lobo.
Well, she's got the pickle juice in her hand, so maybe a little bit of cramp as well, just hopping on that leg.
Yeah, and sometimes in those latter stages of the game, when you do come into contact, your muscles can cramp. So you're seeing the pickle juice there, Taryn.
Got a little pat on the back.
Spotted the clue there.
Got a little pat on the back from Darcy Malone on the way out as well. Teammates at Macarthur Rams in the NPL New South Wales, so
good sportswomanship there.
It's come out to Capitanellis. Her ball can't beat Anton. Big swing from Taylor Young. And out for a throw. Matos. Silveska. Silveska's ball was searching for Harding, but wasn't able to get there. And now we have another problem in back play because Silveska's gone to ground. Matos has come over to attend to her, and Sally James will point out the issue and stop play. Very sporting from Sally James in goal.
Looks like Silveska's come down with cramp there. Pickle juice out again.
Silveska gingerly getting back to her feet, so that's good to see. So we'll restart play with a drop ball. Sally James will be able to tick down a few more seconds and pick it up, although that ball intercepted. Talia Capitanellis! James forced into the save of her own making. Apologising to her teammates there. What was she thinking here, Sally James?
A rare brain snap there for James. A bit too much sportsmanship. I think you mentioned that earlier, but she did well to save the shot in the end.
I mean, it's one thing to stop play when you see an opponent down injured. It's another to nearly gift them a goal. But anyway, play continues.
Good
corner
reaction,
in
though.
For the Wanderers. Headed away. And Rovers able to clear. Christopherson not quite able to get on the end of that. Ruby Nathan playing as the number 9. She's got the number 9 shirt on her back, so very fitting. And that's central forward role. Markovsky, central. He's come out to Nathan. Ruby Nathan. Capitanellis has been everywhere since she's come on the pitch. Does very well defensively to cut that one out. Canberra still in possession.
And that's the exact energy the Wanderers need. She's come on and made a difference. Great challenges there from Captain Ellis.
Yeah, perfect.
Dos Santos applying the pressure at the back for the Wanderers. No sign of Canberra parking the bus just yet. Lobo back up and on her feet. Taylor Young, interception. Has found Ruby Nathan in space. Overlapping runoff, Taylor Young will be found. All about the delivery. Headed away by the Wanderers. Markovski. Taylor Young. Canberra happy to keep possession, but Rovers loses out, and now the Wanderers, they'll need to stream forward here. Captain Ellis, ball over the top. Anton able to shepherd the ball to her goalkeeper. And now we have another problem. Another player down, cramping. Sienna Silvestre comes over and helps out.
It's an interesting one. It's not overly hot out there today, but I suppose recent string of fixtures close together contributes to the fatigue the players are experiencing.
So 2 substitutions now across the route. One of the players leaving the field of play. Amelia Cassar, the 16-year-old, coming on for her 4th appearance in the Indra League. Maya Lobo making way as well. Gemma Ferris replacing her, a like-for-like replacement there. So 2 youngsters, Ferris and Cassar. We can say the same for most of this Wanderers team, of course. Gemma Ferris, she has been plagued by injuries in the last couple of seasons. It's great to see her out there. And Cassar, at the very beginning of her professional career, she was the under-16 player of the tournament at the National Youth Championships for New South Wales Metro, so has been recognised as one of the best young players coming through, a Football New South Wales Institute product. Wouldn't she love to make a headline for herself this afternoon? Come out to Eunice. Talia Eunice streaming forward. Eunice shoots from distance. James parries it away and claims. Wanderers have not been shy from shooting from those sorts of areas, and again, almost paying off.
Well, that is a great strike from Eunice from distance there. She got away from Markovski and did well to cut in front there and got a nice, powerful shot away, but Sally James, once again, safe hands.
Canberra on the way forward again. Sophie Harding comes away with the ball. Harding, James saving at the front post. Another chance for Harding. Skies it.
Well, that's what she does best. She initially won that, got a shot away from a tight angle there, but blasts that second effort over.
The thing that separated Sophie Harding of last season compared to seasons past is that she was clinical. She was putting those opportunities away where in the past she'd always been fast, she'd always been a good player on transition, but all of a sudden she was able to control the long balls, she was able to put them away. I haven't necessarily seen the same Sophie Harding this season.
Yeah, it's all down to consistency, and like we said, it's always hard to back up and one-up what she did last season, and she's sort of been in and out of the squad a little bit as well. I just found it hard.
Here's Nathan. Ruby Nathan, the cut back to Dos Santos. Janea Dos Santos trying to keep the ball, not able to do so. The crowd vociferous in their appeals for a foul. And now even more outraged because the whistle's gone the way of the Wanderers.
And the crowd's letting it be known how they feel, and certainly an exciting end to the game. The Wanderers have started to press and go for it. Credit to the subs who have come on. They've brought a lot of energy to the game.
Anton headed away into Rovers. Rovers back to James, who just clears it for the Hills. And as we enter the last 6 minutes of regulation time, we might see more of that from Canberra as they look to hold on to that 1-goal advantage.
Well, credit to them. They've continued to go for it throughout this second half. They had every reason to manage the game earlier, but they know that Wanderers are hot on their tails and they're going for a second.
Matos's throw, finding feet. Eunice trying to make something happen here. The Wanderers, Matos, we've seen that long throw. Instead, she'll play it in for Silveska. Here is Silveska. Beats Markovski. Looking to beat Murray. Holly Murray. Able to clear it away and out for a Wanderers corner. Short corner taken. Silveska delivers from a different angle. Headed away at the back post. Harada with the follow-up, blocked by Nathan. Still on here for the Wanderers. Harrison playing it around the corner. Taylor Young clearing away.
A bit more urgency from the Wanderers here. It's good to see.
All into the middle. Able to be cleared. Ruby Nathan, the sole player forward for Canberra now, as they look to hold on to this lead. Dangerous ball delivered, flicked on Holly Murray. Not quite in the right position there to deal with that. Eventually was able to turn away and clear. She didn't have anyone directly on her back. She'll be involved in play straight away again. Rovers against Capitanellis, who's crossing, gets side netting.
Canberra United under a bit of pressure here now, and they'll want to clear that ball into their own attacking half. I think we've entered that game management time now.
It's a big difference from the team that Canberra were last season to the team they are this season. Much more emphasis on their defence, much more emphasis on being solid. Will it pay off for them here? Again, the Wanderers very effective at scoring in the final 15 minutes. It's Canberra on the attack. Christopherson keeps the ball in. Low cross to Nathan. Ruby Nathan trying to hold out, can't keep possession. Bennett took it away, although now it's Dos Santos. Twisting, turning, come out to Malone, assessing her options. Christopherson, ball in. Gemma Ferris off the subs bench, able to clear it away. That ball was intended for Malone. That will find Eunice. Now the Wanderers end-to-end stuff at the moment. Got numbers forward, the Wanderers, but another shot from distance. Well, out of all the shots that we've seen from the Wanderers this game, that one was the most ambitious, but here's the replay of Canberra's chance.
It's very exciting stuff from Canberra there. The usual suspects. Malone put a lovely ball in behind for Christopherson there. If they manage to get the win today, Canberra, they'll be really delighted, I think, given the circumstances thrown at them today.
Markovski. Holly Murray getting in a tangle. Holly Murray, she's got to get herself out of trouble here. She does. Malone. Smart turn. Finds Markovski. Maya Markovski. Will she go for the corner here, Markovski?
Straight to the corner.
She certainly will. Taking the team option here, Markovski. This is something that will always frustrate opposition and particularly opposition fans. She's done really well though.
She has. But if you look at the pressure that Canberra United are under, it makes you wonder why Western Sydney didn't press earlier and go for it.
It'll be Nathan now. It'll be her turn to try and keep the ball in the corner, and it's one back immediately from the Wanderers, but Markovski, look at that footwork. Maya Markovski. It gets overlooked so often with Markovski because she's so tall. She's got that traditional profile of a centre forward, but she grew up loving the game from a famous footballing family, the Markovskis. Her father and uncle, very famous figures in Victorian football in particular.
We're going with Jeff.
She's got the techers. She knows how to play the game well.
She doesn't. For a player of her stature, she's got fantastic balance. So she's definitely, you know, as a kid, been out in the yard, honing her skill. Done really well today, coming in late, filling that void that obviously, you know, a player like Michelle Heyman leaves out there.
Well, a yellow card here for Sophie Harding, who doesn't even think the foul should have gone against her, let alone conceding the foul. What do you think?
Perhaps the ref thought she used her elbows a bit in that challenge. Definitely a bit over-enthusiastic there in that challenge, but I don't think she meant anything malicious there. She's not happy about it.
Well, the physio's coming out here for Murray. Holly Murray, has a reputation of being a fairly honest player. Originally from Victoria. One of those players who comes in midfield or defence, is an honest battler, an honest trier.
She is. She's come into the starting 11 today. She's a bit of a utility player for Canberra United, and it's so handy to have those players. There's that challenge again, and yeah, definitely. It's a foul there.
You can understand the frustration from the Wanderers' point of view.
You can, but look, I'm not upset with the yellow card. I think she's jumped all over there, so I think they just need to move on and use that energy in the game. Don't worry, it's happened now. Move on. Conserve your energy where you need it.
These days, the referee is more likely to add that on to the end of added time, so we're likely to see around 6 minutes of added time instead of the indicated 5.
I think Sophie Harding also made sure of that with the 4th official there.
Canberra will be looking to keep possession for as much of this added time as they possibly can. Taylor Young, you'd imagine she'll go for the corner here, using her pace to get around Matos. But that's great work from Bennett to win the ball back. She can only play it straight back to Robers, though. Malone, Darcy Malone thought about shooting. Will play it back instead, take the sensible team option.
She did, and then she remembered the circumstances and did the right thing by the team. Always does, Darcy Malone.
The Wanderers. Long ball forward, cut out. Dos Santos. What can she produce? Shania Dos Santos. Ball delivered to Nathan. Ruby Nathan. Again, thought about going central, instead will go to the corner. Nathan, she'll try and win a corner here. And she's done so. Fantastic work from the youngster. Seconds continuing to tick by for Canberra. They'll win themselves a corner.
Yeah, great work from Ruby Nathan there. Bonus here for Canberra United. They'll be in no hurry.
Markovski now, the player tasked with keeping the ball in the corner. Canberra win the throw. Matos assertively giving the ball to Nathan. And eventually, Markovski loses out, but a few more seconds.
It's definitely infuriating as an opposition when you're trailing and the team takes their time. But I guess this is the situation the Wanderers have in essence, put themselves in a lot of ways.
There's nothing worse as a player, as a fan, when you see this happen. But for the Canberra fans at the ground right now, they are loving what they are seeing. They are riding every single second that ticks down.
They are, and the Wanderers will be hearing it. That's for sure.
Dos Santos. She'll put this ball in, Dos Santos. Skews it out for a goal kick. Karmas racing as fast as she possibly can. Last chance saloon now for the Wanderers to get a point from this game.
Stop.
A couple more substitutions now for Canberra United. And it's a big one as well, because it's a Ninja A-League debut for Ivana Galic, who comes on for the first time in the competition. Darcy Malone making way. Galic, 25 years of age, the cousin of Bianca Galic, who plays for the Central Coast Mariners. She is a defender, has played in the New South Wales NPL, but most recently at O'Connor Knights in the ACT. Maya Markovsky, the other player to make way. Tiana Miro comes on for her second appearance in the competition, and these youngsters will be relied upon to see the game out and secure these 3 points for Canberra.
I had to do the double take there, Taryn. I thought I'd seen that player before, but it is indeed the cousin of Bianca Galic. Good to see Ivana getting on.
Always a lovely moment, but a lot on the line at the minute. That ball out of play. Took their time making those substitutions as well, but we are beyond the allotted 5 minutes of stoppage time, so we are at the mercy of referee Michaela Ryan. She can add as much or as little from this point as she sees fit, given the injury to Holly Murray, given the substitutions. Wanderers might just have time for one more chance.
Well, whether you're a fan of those late substitutions or not, they're well within their rights to do it.
Christopherson's ball, looking for the run of Miro. Played for Canberra Olympic in the ACT NPL. A fantastic story, Miro. Playing after 3 ACL injuries. Wow. It's remarkable that she's made it out there and contributing to Canberra United this season.
Another amazing success story in the Ninja A-League. It's great to see.
Dos Santos, Miro, offside flag. So we are now nearly 7 minutes into stoppage time.
We can hear the questions from the Canberra United bench about the time, and
can the Wanderers make something happen? Matos, desperate ball forward. It's Founts Harding, Sophie Harding, out to Capetanellis. Capetanellis not able to get a ball in. She'll have a second chance at this. Everyone back for Canberra. And it's cleared away. Miro, the player in possession. And Canberra, they've held on. It's Canberra United who have picked up a vital 3 points at McKellar Park. A first half Sophia Christopherson goal is the difference. A debut for Ivana Galic as well. A game where Canberra were thrown the curveball of all curveballs. Michelle Heyman left out of the matchday squad at the last minute due to picking up an injury in the warm-up. Hayley Taylor-Young, she's given it her all. She's on the bench, on the pitch at the moment, having given it absolutely everything. Full time at McKellar Park. It's Canberra United 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 0. So let's take a look at the highlights from this game. It was the Wanderers who started the better of the two sides and could have taken the lead with this opportunity.
Well, this was their biggest chance of the game. Harada comes crashing in and blasts that over. Huge chance for the Wanderers. Canberra United respond with a corner. Robers, they take it short. Robers puts it beautiful cross back in and unmarked. They didn't all step up as a unit, the Wanderers, and Christopherson heads that home wonderfully.
Sophia Christopherson, a great moment for her.